Late last year I met a guy in a cafe. He told me in great detail about the flag hanging outside of his shop. And when I got home, I Googled him.
Hello.
Hi.
I think it's very important on this day before the election
Yes,
of 2001.
and I'm outside Rupert's.
We do find it rather peculiar.
There's no lawful matter that we're concerned about.
Are you above the police? Are you above the police?
Are you referring to me personally as me, Dilip Rupa, and the Rupa family? Out of the way. Hey, that's me, man. You'll go down.
This is a game changer.
This what you're talking about?
I'm just saying, telling you. Actually,
We haven't talked about the fact that you're filming me
That's
right
fine,
now.
because I believe in transparency.
Oh, it's a lot of pressure. Another person. No, it's really the whole you wouldn't believe it. Everyone's against it. Oh, that's demonic.
I know it's a spiritual war. And when you understand that it is a spiritual war, you know what the spirit does.
Dilip, in 3 words, I'd say first of all passionate. He's definitely very passionate what he believes in. You tell him no, he'll find a way to get it done. He's one of the most knowledgeable persons I know, very high IQ.
Article 17, paragraph 2.
Yeah.
No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his property.
And lastly, I'd say he's very eccentric because he's just not your everyday kind of guy.
So my name's Dilip Rupa. It's spelled D-I-L-I-P, Rupa, R-U-P-A. Now will you please make sure, this is very specific about this, that it's done in proper English. Okay? Now, full capitals is not allowed.
20 years ago, Dilip stopped paying his water bill. He's been fighting Watercare, an Auckland Council-controlled organisation. He now owes a record New Zealand rates bill of reportedly $876,000. Is there still a situation between Rupert's Cafe and the Auckland Council?
Well, at the beginning of last week, they wanted to turn the water off
Why would Watercare come and try and turn off the water to your cafe?
because I don't pay it.
Why don't...
I don't pay it because, we've had a disruption to our business. We've had cones outside this cafe since before COVID, in October 2019 to be precise. And it's only this week that we're not seeing any cones. I don't think anyone in business could actually survive that. It's only because we own the building and we're part of the community that we are still there. Water care, it just goes around turning your water off if you don't pay it, and there's no discussion on it. We might as well be in Hitler's Germany.
As far as I know, he's managed to somehow sidestep them through paperwork, but I think they're still after him, probably. You can't run away from the tax man.
That's why I'm wearing the pink. The pink is we were bullied, and we've always been bullied. I take on bullies.
You represented yourself in court. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
You can't represent yourself. Just as a point of law, I even told the judge, how foolish are you? How can one represent oneself? I'm present, not representing.
Okay, so you presented yourself in court. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, it wasn't just one occasion, there were many occasions. One of the cases that I did do was actually Ike Finau's.
Ike Finau has a history of putting controversial signs in his front garden. Council bylaws state that you can't have a sign over a certain size in a residential area. The judge threatened Ike with jail time if he refused to take those signs down.
Ike didn't like the fact that that was happening. So he picked his file up from the civil liberties and he brought it down to me. I said, look, on flat tack busy as it is, this is the way it's going to be. If I tell you to jump off the harbour bridge, what are you going to do? And Ike said, I'll jump off the harbour bridge. If you don't jump off the harbour bridge, it means if anything that I say is not followed through with, I stop. And I don't care if you go to prison.
You can't have two alphas.
Yeah.
So one of us got to die. He's loyal to Dilip. He'll do whatever Dilip says. There's an understanding between those two. But you know, who can say what's between two best friends?
And am I correct in understanding that the billboard changes over time?
It used to change, but it's been the same since 2020. You'll see today, it's a massive, it's not a small one, it's a proper billboard, and the council dare not touch it. The Prime Minister resigned because of that sign, and when you see it, you'll know why.
Can you elaborate a bit on that?
When you see it, you'll know why. I was a pawn in a big game, and the big game is he was revealing exactly what's going on.
Okay, Dilip, so what does it say?
Well, it's pretty obvious what it says. It says NZPM, who's now resigned, is a racist. Now, one would have expected the media to jump onto this, but did they? No. No one jumped onto it, did they?
Okay, well, can you tell us a bit about this sign?
I don't know, you better talk to Dilip.
He's asked many times to have a constituent meeting with his electoral MP, who is the Prime Minister. We're saying that racism is the grounds on which she refused him, so that the Race Relations Conciliator would investigate it, but he didn't. Note that after Ardern resigned, so did the Race Relations Conciliator, and that relates to the fact that he didn't take this complaint on.
Meng Foon today resigned but was likely to be fired anyway for a serious breach of his duties, according to the Associate Justice Minister.
Put it this way, would Ofra Winfrey, whatever her name is, really want to talk to Jacinda Ardern if she actually knew the truth that Ardern is a racist? No, I don't think she would.
Why do you think Dilip chose to put it in Ike's front yard rather than his own?
I think his wife would kill him.
People have attacked the sign.
Really?
Yes.
So what have they done to attack?
Oh, they've attacked it.
How many times they sprayed it? Sprayed over.
Oh, so those spray marks there, is there?
Oh, it's sprayed. Chucked paint over it and took the flag away and...
They cut it down, but we just put it back up again, and they've know to back off. No media has touched the story because they know what it means. Now, was it on racial grounds? Who knows? But it's obvious that it could have been. So it's not a false statement. It's questioning it. Is she a racist? And what's disgusting about it is that people are not concerned that she was a racist. That the sign wouldn't be up there if she was acting responsibly. The council do not know what the hell to do with it, and Ardern, as Prime Minister, couldn't even get it down. That's the power of when you take on a system and the system has to buckle. Stop being gutless wonders. You have the power, use it. So I'll make all your tries the same. It won't be too sweet, and I won't make them. Oh, I know, too spicy, and one chai doesn't want a spicy one. So this is the uniqueness of the Rupa chai. So as you can see, we actually add spices to it first. The Rupa chai is as close as possible to a proper chai that I'd make on a stove. This is actually our own masala, which is the trick of a homemade chai. And hi Rosie, how are you? Good, thanks. So what are you going to have? The usual? Two coffees?
He comes from a very interesting family history. It's in his blood, it's in his nature, it's in his head, it's in his heart. It's consumed him. It's consumed him to the point where it's life.
I think the best education anyone can get is the University of Hard Knocks. And we've had lots of hard knocks. My mother stood in front of a bulldozer with a 6-foot spiked compressor on the back. She stopped the erosion of this building. Well, if they heard her, you know what would have happened. Then the community would have attacked the government. Today, people don't attack.
He was still a young boy working in a cafe. That impact that it had on him seeing was lifelong, because he saw his older elderly mother stand up against a big machine. He's a person of consequence. Who he is today is based on what happened to him growing up. But the way it's affected him, the way he's taken it, is a lot stronger than most people would.
People, especially Indians, don't have much respect for the police because they've always failed us. My sister, she used to cook in the back while her husband was in the front of the shop, not far from the Avondale police station. You could walk to the Avondale police station within a couple of minutes. They took half an hour to respond to an armed robbery. An armed robbery. And this was many years ago, but nothing's changed.
Fortunately or unfortunately, he's swimming against the current and has affected a lot of people that are close to him. He's lost a lot.
You mentioned your family. They're not behind you in these battles?
No, they're battle weary. I've been doing this for a long time. Where they became disjointed about it was simply that the general public, people do not back me. It's an entire society, including my family. I'm not making a secret of it. Society needs to stop treating me as I'm an oddball.
Am I crazy?
There are other people who actually do come in and say, good on you, blah, blah, blah. But the majority of people are sheeple. They can't see the wood from the trees.
If I was an average Kiwi looking at this one day, I would put myself in Dilip's situation. What has he got to gain from all this? And how much has he lost to keep doing this? And what is the purpose? What's the reason? Who would wake up and want to do this? You? Me? No, but he obviously did. So is he trying to better humans' life or Kiwis' life? Some will say yes, some will say no. Will he stop? Probably not. Do I believe in his cause? Yes, I do. I hope that people that see this will understand that he's got nothing to gain from doing this. Yeah.
No, that's okay. Just
Shall we go for a beer? Malt's just over there.
we could possibly go for one quick.
Yeah, come on.
July the 4th, 2025. This establishment's been here for 70 years. And it's so sad to see it goes, but so proud to be part of it. So we're going to be heading there for our last day. Gonna miss this place. Everybody's here. So everybody is.
I think Dilip treads a fine line between legitimate social change and eccentricity. What makes him interesting also hinders his effectiveness. From fighting the council to making chais, Rupa's Cafe was Dilip's life. After 70 years, Rupa's Cafe closed its doors on the 4th of July, 2025.
Do something. and start asking the questions. I'm not going to provide any more answers. That's spoon feeding. I want people to feed themselves. The food's on the table, it's on the plate. Pick up the knife and fork and eat it.